Hi, this is Dave Perry, and you're watching Retro Gaming Revival live.
Wow, you gotta love an old school intro. And because just like Evercade always do with us, there's been a leak. There's been an absolute leak with this new wireless controller coming out. So yeah, I want to get some live reactions to what you guys think. Like, it's for me, it is mental. I can't believe we're still getting these sort of leaks now. Like, do you know what I mean? You should be all over this, but boom, the Evercade is bringing out a wireless controller with analog sticks. So like everyone's been asking for, so we all now know analog sticks are on the way. There's a couple of things. There's a little button there above the right analog stick. I want to know what that is for. I don't know. It looks like a fan, doesn't it, with like a recycling thing going on it. I really want to know what that means. But and then the back of it, $42, about 40 quid. That is the USB dongle, I think that's on the back of that controller there. Not 100%. I think it is. But yeah, again, stuff's getting leaked. Like, why is it? What's going on? We've had 2 months of nothing, and we're waiting on announcements because carts, and then stuff like this is getting leaked. Why is this? Why do you not just show it? Do you know what I mean? Why? And it's got like a 6-month wait on the pre-orders, which is crazy. So obviously, where it's leaked, it's now turned their hand. They're having to do something about it now. Right, what I'll do is I'll quickly share my screen and have a look at what has been put out there. So it is now over on Funstock. You can go onto there, and this is what you are greeted with. You are greeted with. Yeah, I'll get myself out of the way here. Well, controller's £34.99. It's released on the 28th of September, so it is not coming for absolutely ages. This company has more leaks than old people and old folks home. Come 100%, mate. Need some bloody Pampers or something. But like you said, we've had two months of nothing. So does it come with it? Does it come in any other colors? I don't have a clue. Triangle face stuff like this. It just getting leaked. But what, as I just said a minute ago, I want to know what that button is. I don't know if you can see here. I want to know what this button is above this right analog stick. But yeah, I'll just quickly read you. So it was down to Derek. It was down to Derek that wrote in the Evercade Hangout. He wrote, "Yes, I'll tell you a bit about it." So obviously it's been leaked, and he was telling us first. Says, Evercade Wireless controller, take your gaming to the next level. Classic directional pad, dual analog sticks, turbo and automatic fire functions. Maybe that's what that button is for, with adjustable fire rate. Built for Evercade VS and Alpha, also PC and Android compatible. So it works on Android. So that means it'll work on absolutely anything. USB-C charging, battery life up to 15 hours. He's put £42, but then released September the 28th. So yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts on this? It's going to be all about how it feels, but yeah, look at it. It's got a bit of a boxy shape to it. How is that going to feel? I'll just quickly run on to the other pictures we've got. There's the back of it. So it's got a bit of a rounded edge. What the F? What is that? What is that middle bit there? That surely is the dongle, isn't it? That comes off of the dongle. It must be. But I don't mind the look of it. I quite like the retro look. Same trigger buttons as your VS. But yeah, that must be a rapid fire button then, that one above it. As you were saying, it's part of their functions. Yeah, because look, there's the USB-C, and that is that is that in it. Is that the same thing? It looks similar, but then that doesn't have this. Maybe it slides off and it's got the USB dongle added on it. I don't know. What are people thinking on that? Yay, Glover is fixed. Yeah, Tomb Raider maybe has to be the dongle. Yeah, it has to be, don't it? But then what does this mean? Does this mean that there's a VS2 on the way? Or are they literally just going to drop a controller and, well, by the way, was it going to be announced? Wasn't obviously supposed to be announced yet, but yeah, I don't know. I think that there's something more to this, because I remember the saying when the VS, because obviously, look, have I got it here? The VS, the Versus controller I've got here, and it looks exactly the same. They've just put the analogs. It looks a little bit big, like as in that face where the two analog sticks are. They look a bit bigger. It hasn't said what type of analog sticks they are. And yes, definitely opens up a bigger library. So this is the main, this is the main thing for me. Is this the start of something like VS2 or this new Evercade that will give us like better stuff than PS1? Do you know what I mean? I know it says it runs N64, but dual analogs is massive, because you think that there's the Versus there, and you think there's a bit of a gap where you'd put an analog just below them buttons. The D-pad looks exactly the same, doesn't it? It looks like it comes down a bit more. The trigger buttons on there look exactly the same. Fingers for some indie twin stick shooters like Blazing V. Oh, mate. Yeah, that would be amazing, Jamron. That could come on. But yeah, like he's put here, it's all going to be like Cage Thunders, but it's all going to be how it feels. Because I quite like the look of the Versus, and 35 quid is not a bad price point, like UK price. I think it ended up being 40 over in the States, $40, but then they have to, I don't know if they have to add tax and all that stuff on top of theirs, which is crazy. But yeah, but it's what the Evercade needed, isn't it? I think it's what the Evercade needed, especially for some of them games, like you say, like Glover and stuff like that. It's so hard to play without analog sticks, especially on your actual EXP devices. But it's just another leak. But let's have a look. I've got Songbirds up here as well. See what they're putting on there. See if there's pictures any different. So I'll stop sharing that one, and then I'll bring up my other screen, which is Songbird, that one. So yeah, this is Songbird's website. So they got on here same kind of, that picture's the same, but that one's different, isn't it? I quite like the look of it. Like you said, it all depends how it feels, but you're not going to be able to. That's quite slanted. The buttons do look similar as well. It looks exactly the same, and it's just that. Is that an auto trigger? Is that an auto trigger button? It must be. There's obviously your sync, USB-C charge up to 15 hours. They said analogs are they do look good. They actually do look like they're good analogs as well. Normally, a lot of these companies, they'll go for the Switch ones, don't they? Which obviously drift. They actually look quite good analogs. They look kind of like the Steam Deck ones to me. They look similar to the Steam Deck ones. So, right, let's see what they've put on here. Responsive controls, classic directional pad, dual analog sticks, turbo automatic fire functions, built for the Evercade VS and Alpha. Also compatible with Switch 1 and 2, PC, Mac, and Android devices. Wow, it works with Switch 1 and 2. That's really good. Mac as well. USB-C charging for 15 hours of life. USB wireless dongle with magnetic storage. Doesn't say rumble though, does it? Doesn't say rumble anywhere, does it? Turbo and automatic fire. No, so I don't think it's got built-in rumble, so maybe that's why it can last up to 15. Evercade wireless control, USB-C charger, and a USB dongle. Take your retro game to the next level. Yeah, grab yourself a free from Tangled Wires. So yeah, another leak, another Evercade But yeah, look, I'm just I quite like the look of it. I think it looks good. These analogs do look all right as well. They look bigger as well. They don't look tiny, which is what you want. You don't want come back to the studio. Where's the leak from? It is from Songbird. It came out on Songbird first. Songbird got it out, and Combs already bought it. It's a controller, not a vibrator. Yes, I get that, but a lot of the PlayStation games, gigacarts will rumble, won't they? And so the N64, when you had to add in that bloody thing on the back of it. Fully expect the next cartridge leak shortly. Yeah, they've got to do something, haven't they? I think we've got to see something. Just odd that it. Are we going to get different colors? That's another thing. That's what Tim said at the beginning. Are we going to get different colors? What colors would you expect? Would you expect the red and white like this, the OG colors? I don't know if they've like gone away from them in recent years. And obviously with the XP, with the EXP just being like mainly you got the clean white one. Will they go back to that? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if it does come in different colors. And if it did, what colors would you want? What colors would you thinking about? I'm thinking of the 8-bit Do controllers will work as well. Yeah, I'm saying I know Tim already uses different controllers for his VS, but is it actually a Blaze product? Yes, it is. If I go on to, I was just on a minute ago, Andy. I was on they've had to obviously now come out and show their hand here. So if you go over to Funstock now, it is on there. This is the official one, Funstock website. What I'll do is I'll copy and I will paste that in there. So if anyone's on there now, that work. So yeah, that's now in the chat if you want to go straight over there and do what Colin didn't actually pre-order it. Black for the limited edition VS. That would be actually quite nice. A clip-on extra. Well, maybe. I doubt it. So joystick games coming. Yeah, well, this is the thing. It now opens up. It opens up a complete. Like, I personally think this is the start of them showing off a VS2. We haven't had. You think we've had the OG, then they released an updated version of an EXP. They haven't updated the Versus or the VS or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's what we're going to probably get this year, and this is what they're showing. And they didn't have a choice. This got leaked. So again, keep your eyes out, because if this is already getting leaks, there's going to be carts. There's going to be carts coming, and dual stick handheld 100% happening now. It has to be 100%. We have to be getting a handheld with dual sticks. Yeah, they're definitely gearing up. Like you said, they didn't have a chance. Bonjour, mate. Tuning in from France. But yeah, what are you guys thinking? Do you like the look of this? Is this something you'd really like? You're happy about? I'm quite happy because it, like you said, it guarantees dual stick. It's got to be happening now. So this now opens up to all kinds of stuff. I just want to go into. I'm not going to show it on screen, but I'm going to go into the Hangout and then see what was actually put under the post. There's been 20 comments on it. People have put the pictures on, and then surely this has got to be part of an announcement. I wonder, did Songbird junk the gun? Yes, they did. A couple of people have just put, yeah, not really bothered. That's pretty bad for a close partner like Carl to accidentally leak. Say, imagine Blaze have given him the go-ahead. Really? I know Songbird do have a good partnership with Evercade, so that's quite. Someone put April Fools. I don't think it's that. Someone put In Black as well. And Derek's replied, what does Derek put? Atomic would be nice. Thumbs up. So, I don't know. Ryan's not liking the shape of it. Let's hope. Finally, a pro controller. Someone's put, yeah, the point to buy Switch 2, the retro gaming you could hope for with better controls and the option to play. It said it works on a Switch 2, which is mad. Now I just need Smash TV and that controller. And then other people, is this real? Which it definitely is, because it's now been leaked. I've got an email this morning. I also ordered from Songbird, and they have been nothing but great. So I fully trust it. So yeah, if it is coming, so the pre-order September. I just want to bring the pictures up for everyone. What are the September carts? I don't know, Cole. As I said, like if dual stick's coming out, September carts you must need a dual stick for them. Maybe they're updated. Yeah, well, hopefully they do because it plays better, doesn't it, with the analog? Of course, they always get leaked or announced just after your podcast. I know, Andy, all the bloody time. But the thing is that like you've got Derek there, and he can't say anything to us as well. So we're always trying to wheedle information out of Derek because, do you know what I mean? None of us have a clue. Otherwise, I'd have had this all loaded up and ready to go. Reckons we'd get a Quake collection. Well, with ID on board, we could easily get that. Did you see Castlemania's post about the carts? No, I haven't yet. What have they put, Gene? Let me know, and I'll quickly look it up. Because yeah, I'm just having a quick look. I've got other pictures of it here, like this front on one here. It's just that button. That's got to be the auto fire button that they're on about, yeah? The one above the right analog stick there next to the X. That weird button. It looks like it looks like a fan with like, I don't know what, like that button to me looks like it's that's got to be the auto fire button that they're on about. It's got to be in it. Back of the controller doesn't look too dissimilar to a Versus, but obviously it comes down lower and you won't have to wrap your controller like this, wrap your wires. So yeah, dual stick gaming is what we wanted. There's so much stuff out there. April carts are red. So 50 and 51. Oh, okay. So April carts are going to be red. Wolfenstein could be Wolfenstein. Cart 50 says classics comes to Evercade, and 51 says long overdue fan favorite. Could be a sync button. No, I think the sync button might be the one on the top. But what's that back all about? That wouldn't be comfortable. Yeah, I said it. It all depends. I don't think they'll just. I don't know. It just seems odd if they're just going to go, yeah, here's a controller. They've got to drop games to play on it, and also does this exciting stuff. It is exciting. I wish I knew what you said, mate. But yeah, maybe color. I think he's putting in there. But yeah, magnetic dongle sticks to the back. Yeah. But yeah, we're 2 months in. We want to know. We want to know what's coming. Get that excitement going. Still waiting on the next lot of carts. 7 months is a long time to wait. I'm sure they'll bundle it with Doom, yeah, or with their new VS2. I reckon there'll be some sort of VS or EXP2. Something like there's going to be a revision on that hardware, definitely. And dual stick gaming. Why does the analog stick? Why does the dongle stick to the back? Very odd. Maybe that's just when you're not using it. But yeah, I don't know how you would. And it like it says, it's got to be magnetic because there's no clips on it. Let's go back to that picture. There's no clips on it at all. Let's zoom in. So yeah, that's a lot better picture of it, isn't it? So let me get myself out of the way. Go like that, out of the way. See that better? There's the back of it. So yeah, it does look. It'd be interesting. I'll say just be interesting. How's the transition going to go? Are they brave enough to do dual stick only games and then alienate all the customers with non-stick hardware? Mate, that is the $1 million question because, do you know what I mean? You're bringing out dual stick games. You've still got to cater to everyone. Are you finally going to say, look, sorry, OGs, but whoever's got the OG is not going to work anymore? And by the way, all your carts, basically, most of them are running. They're all losing their like carts to go with it. I used to think the VS controller would be uncomfortable, but I was proven wrong, so I'm expecting the same. Yeah, it'd be interesting because it looks exactly like it. It looks exactly like it. Ryan's not a fan of the shape. Shape looks horrible, makes the XP look super pockets. Absolute essential for stick games, but yeah. They'll do like they did with Glover and 40 Winks. Yeah, they'll just like maybe spoon feed us, just like put the odd game on there that's dual stick. But yeah, let's have a look at the next. We go to the next ones here. So we've got, there's a better look of it. Yeah, it'd be, like I say, it's interesting to see what these analogs are, how they feel. I'm glad they haven't gone for they look nothing like Switch ones. So glad they haven't gone for Switch ones. There's a better picture of it. But yeah, the hand was dealt again. So they didn't want to tell you what happened here. They didn't have a choice. Does that back pitch match the dongle in design? And that's what I'm thinking. It didn't, to me, it doesn't really look like that dongle, does it? Well, I'm trying to think, where's the bit where the USB would come out? Dual controller games, maybe a different color cart, could be. Maybe we'll see a Doom Fiend VS and controllers. And will the battery be better than the EXP? Well, it says it's 15 hours, Ryan. So it says you'll get 15 hours out of the out of the controller, and it works on Switch 1 and 2. Also, you won't be able to charge it. You won't be able to charge it from your VS. Oh, okay. It's a step forward in updating the Evercade. It is. It's a big step forward in updating the Evercade. But yeah, if I go to the next picture as well, and there's the back, so you can see that it's still, there's no depth on the triggers. It's still like the instant little click. So they're going to sound like this. You know what I mean? There's no depth on the triggers. You've got the sync button there, USB-C charging port. But yeah, look, and you can see you've got grips around the edges of the analog sticks, which is great. But yeah, and the D-pad looks exactly the same. The butt, I was just looking at the glass, like the see-through plasticky buttons, which is exactly what you've got here as well. It looks exactly the same. It's just revisioned one, kind of like what you'd have back in the day. But yeah, but it's just that dongle with the link. Yeah, look, you can see the line there. It's definitely it. It's definitely the dongle that sticks on the back. But yeah, it's great. Oh, so yeah, leaks again. Hopefully it'll feel comfortable and compact like a Switch controller with those grips. Hopefully it does. But I just want to look on here. Is there any more? But I just find it a bit odd that we were relying on Derek, who then basically had to put in the Hangout. He was then putting what everything's about on there. So yeah, he's told us all about it. He put £42 release, so the fact that it isn't £42 is pretty good. Just still looking. There hasn't really been any more comments on it, but yeah, I just wanted to do a live reaction video, and that is what I have done. I'll quickly, for anyone who's just joining us, the Evercade controller has just leaked, and we are literally going through and showing you what is coming now. It's £35 at the minute. It's going to be released on the 28th of September 2026, and it says on here, take your retro gaming to the next level with the Evercade controller. Feel free from tangled wires and wireless controllers. Separately created for the Evercade VS, VSR, and Alpha consoles, the Evercade Wireless controller contains Evercade Wireless controller, USB-C charging cable, wireless USB dongle, and it says buy the Evercade VS-R Solo. You can pre-order now. It is not out for another 6 months. What I'll do again is I will copy the link and put that in there for you if anyone wants it. And boom. So that is in the chat. So yeah, thank you to everyone who joined me. It was just a quick live reactions. It saves me editing videos and stuff. Obviously, this has been leaked by Songbird, which everyone thought were actually partners with Evercade, which is a bit odd that they're doing something like this. If you're catching the replay of this, let us know in the comments what you feel, what colors, like, do you feel this means that we're getting a VS2 like I do? I feel that something else is coming. Ross has put here, does look pretty good, to be fair. He'll grab 2 of them. So Rossbusters 412, hopefully use that link I've just chucked in there. It does seem they're bringing what the community have been asking for. Yeah, we have been asking for a decent controller The fact that it works not just with the Evercade, it'll work on the Switch 1 and 2, stuff like that is really good as well. So on Blunners, I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully on the next Total Evercade podcast. I'll see you later. Peace.